Please do let me know if you can see or not. Just a minute. Yes, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So come to page number 35. I have given you question answers in Moodle, short answer type and descriptive type. I hope you have written it. If not, please write it. Everyone, please maintain the copy. There are 10 marks for copy. For maintaining the notebook, you have 10 marks in exams. So kindly keep keep this in mind, and then try to write all the answers which I am giving you in Moodle. I'm not asking you to write multiple choice and very short type, but the short answer type, the descriptive one, you have to write and copy. Also, if E you can write also, you have to write. So have we done E, structured or applicational and skill type? Did we discuss that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you have written everyone. You have any doubt, you can ask me.
It is that structure we not discussed.
We have not discussed, right? So let us discuss the E part, structured and skill type questions. So these are the tricky questions. Okay, the short answer type descriptive, you will get answer from your book. But this structured and skill type are some tricky questions, some logical questions. So you have to run your mind in this. So let us just discuss these questions and then we will go to the next chapter. So come to first question on page number 35, structured and applicational skill type questions. Question number 1. In a certain species of animals, black fur, capital B, is dominant over brown fur, small b. Predict the genotype and phenotypic ratios of the offspring when both parents are capital B and small b or have heterozygous black fur. Just a minute, we'll work out this cross. Okay. You may take your notebooks, you may write along with me, just write structured questions. Question number 1. Otherwise, when you will not pay attention, then you have to run after this. So try to write it down now itself. When I'm showing you in the screen, try to write it down. So we have to make a cross between the we have to predict the genotypic and phenotypic ratios of the offspring when both parents are capital small b each or have heterozygous black fur. So you all know how can we find out the genotypic and phenotypic ratio? We have to make a Punnett square. Okay, we have to just cross them. So let us make the square. We are doing the first question. Yes. Just make the square in your book, in your notebook. Okay. So this is the square. Now it is written here, both the male and female. That means both the parents, male and female, have one capital and one B. So where are the male gametes written? You all know on the top side. So one B and one capital B and one small b. This is for male. These are the male gametes. Now female, we will write here. This stands for female. Here also one capital B and one small b. Are same for both the parents. One capital and one B for both the parents. So what will be the cross? When we cross these two, we will get both capital B. Then crossing these two, we will get one capital and one small. Then these two, both small. These two also. Sorry. This one and this one. So one capital and one small b. And then these two both small. Do you understand this much where we got from where we get this? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If anyone is there who has not understood, I'll just repeat. Just pay attention. We have two parents, male and female. Both will have one capital and one b, a small b. Okay. For both the parents, we are using one capital and one small b. So male characters or male gametes are written on the top and female are written on the left. So in male gametes on the top, we will write one capital and one small b. Similarly, on the left side for female, we will write one capital and one small b. Now we have to cross this. So if we cross both of them, both these capital B's, we will get one capital B. When we cross this both of them, then we will get one capital and one small. Similarly, here also this and this, one capital and one small. And this will get both small b. Okay, this much is clear. Now we have to find out the genotypic and the phenotypic ratio. So first, P stands for phenotypic ratio. You have to write full. I am not writing full. I am just writing P, but you write the full phenotypic ratio, full word you have to write. So phenotypic ratio, how can we find the phenotypic ratio? You can see this one, this box, and this box. All these three boxes have one capital B each. In this one, it has two. Others have one each. So here capital B is coming. This capital word stands for dominance. Okay. This capital word B stands here for dominance. That means here this capital B is dominating. Dominant. Which dominant? Basically here this parent is heterozygous dominant. One capital and one small. These are dissimilar pairs. When both pairs are, suppose both the pairs are same, like take both the pairs as capital B. Okay, both male and female are capital B. What it will be called? Homozygous dominant. It will be called homozygous dominant. But here, as we can see, one capital B and one small b, these are dissimilar pairs. That's why we will write heterozygous dominant. Clear? So,
Yes,
if we predict the phenotypic ratio, what it will be? B is dominant here. You know, this is a homozygous dominant. Now here, both capital B's, this is a homozygous dominant. These are heterozygous dominant. So all these capital B's, the present where these capital B are present, all these three box. So this is tall. Sorry, not tall. What is the B? Capital B stands for black fur. So all these three are black fur. That means three black fur. Here black fur is dominant. Three black. And which is not dominant? This one. Both have small. Both are recessive. So one brown fur. Small b stands for brown fur. So one brown fur. Okay. So here we got one brown fur. So what will be the phenotypic ratio? 3:1. Okay, 3 black and 1 brown. We got 3 black fur. 3 capital B are there in 3 of them. So 3 black fur and 1 recessive pair standing for brown color, brown fur. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Have you all understood this much?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now what will be the genotypic ratio? How can we find the genotypic ratio? What is the genotypic ratio? Phenotypic is the one which is visible from the, when we see them, it is visible from above. The clearly visible characters are known as phenotypic, or we can say clearly visible features. What are genotypic ones? The gene feature. The feature consisting genes. That means we have to see the difference between three of them. Like this, all these three contain three, capital B. That's why we wrote 3:1. Now, genotypic ratio, can you see the difference between the four? This is exactly different from this and this. Capital B, capital B. And this is same. And this is also very different from both of them, like capital B and small b, capital B, capital B. These three are very different from each other. These both of them are same, but when we consider these three, sorry, these four along these three, so this is different, this is different, this is different. So what will be the genotypic ratio? Capital BB is there, one capital BB, then one capital BB is there, one capital B and one small b. This is 2 in number. And the last recessive pair, both small b. So what will be the genotypic ratio? This is 1 in number. Then this is 2 in number, 2. Then this is again 1 in number. 1:2:1. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So how can we get the genotypic ratio? We have to just consider them. We have one pair of both capital B, one of both small b, and two of, not one pair, one capital B is there, one is small b, and then this two pair of one capital and one small b. So we can write this ratio 1:2:1. Clear? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. I will repeat it again. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just write it down. Okay, I'm giving you 2 minutes. Write it down. If you have written, just tell me yes so that we can proceed with the next question.
Yes, ma'am. Return.
Okay. I hope everyone has written. If anyone is missing out, they can take help from their friends too. So we will do the next question now. The second one. Okay. So the second one. Two pairs, capital A and capital B of rabbits were crossed as given below. Pair A, white male crossed with black female. Offspring getting is black male. Okay. Now pair B, black male, then this thing. White female is crossed together, and then the pair B offspring is black female. Now, can you guess the answer? A question. Can you tell which coat color, black or white, is dominant? Can you tell anyone? Black is dominant. Why? In both the pairs, in both the cases, offspring formed is black in color. So here the black color trait is dominant in both the pairs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. The second, the B portion, is the coat color sex linked? Yes. Now, why it is sex linked? You have to only write yes. Is the coat color sex linked? Yes. Now, why it is sex linked? Because you can see all the black colors here, the male and female, everyone is getting. Usually, the male here, both in both the cases, pair A and pair B, offspring male is black, and pair B, you can see black male is there. So the chromosome which carries, okay, the chromosome which carries this particular type of gene, like the gene for black or this particular type of trait, black or brown, it depends, black or brown or white. So the chromosome which carries it is, linked with this particular process of getting the color into the offspring. So that's why this coat color is sex linked. Have you all understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you have to only write yes. Now third question. Make a Punnett square and find out the genotypic and phenotypic ratios of F1 and F2 generations in the progeny of a genetic cross between a pure tall capital T pea plant with a pure dwarf small t pea plant. Now we have to work out the Punnett square here. So Pure tall, capital T is crossed with pure dwarf, small t, small t. So let us draw the Punnett square here. You can draw along with me. Yes, so here capital T is male. T, T. Female, we will write this side, small t, small t. Now, we have to cross this. It's very simple. This T and this T, one capital and one small. This T, again one capital and one small. Then this T, this and this, again one capital, one small. The last one also, same. One capital, one small. So, what is the conclusion here? All these boxes, all the these characteristics formed are tall. Every box is containing one capital T each. You can see one capital T. Every box is containing one capital T each. So all these will be tall. Okay, here the Punnett square, we can conclude that all the pea plant will be tall, and the ratio will be 1:1. Okay. Like capital T is also there, small t is also there. So 1:1 ratio. Only phenotypic ratio. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Now, can I rub this? Have you all written?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Now the second one. B1. Red flower variety of P R capital RR with white flower variety of P small rr. So again capital RR into small rr. Make the Punnett square. This is very easy, very similar to the previous one itself. Capital R for male gametes, small r for female ones. Cross this, we will get one capital, one small, one capital, one small, one capital, one small, one capital, one small. Same as the tall pea plant and the dwarf pea plant, same. So here also 1:1 ratio. Okay, one capital, one small, all red plants. Okay, all red. In the previous one, all were tall. Here, all red. You got this point?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, all red. So, yeah, note it down, write it down in your notebook. Just a minute, give me a minute. Yes. Okay, have you all written this? Can I rub?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I hope everyone is writing. Only one person is giving answer, one or two persons. I hope everyone is writing. If not, please write. Take help from your friends and write it down. I told you already there is mark for 10 marks for maintaining the notebook. So please write the questions. And these are the tricky questions. This will come in exam, obviously. So you have to know from where the answer came, how this answer came, and everything. So please write it down. Now we will discuss the fourth one, the last question in the structured type questions, last one. A family consists of parents and their 5 children, and the pedigree chart below shows the inheritance of the trait color blindness in them. Okay, here the inheritance shown is of color blindness. Now, a question. Okay, you can see this pedigree chart here. A question, can you see? Who is colorblind in the parents, the father or the mother? Now you have studied it before when we studied pentadactylity, polydactylity. So there we studied that the father stands for Father we show from square boxes and mother, sorry, just a minute. Yes, father is shown as square and mother is shown as circle. So here you can see which parent. We can see parent, two parents are there. One square is there, one round is there. Square is filled. It is occupied. Round is not filled. So who is colorblind here? The father. Just a minute. Who is colorblind here? The father. Write it down. You can write it in your book itself, then you can write it in the copy. So, who is colorblind in the parents? The father. Then, B question. How many daughters and how many sons have been born in the family? Now you can see the squares are for male, then circles are for female. So here you can see 1, 2, 3 squares and 4 circles. So how many daughters and how many sons have been born in the family? How much you can see? 1, 2, 3 circle, 3 daughters and 2 males. 3 daughters and 2 sons. Clear? Do you get my point from where we got this? Like this is
Yes,
shown.
ma'am.
Okay. This is for daughter. This is for daughter. This is for male. This is for daughter. And again, this last one is for male. One daughter is occupied here. One is occupied. Now you have to count all the daughters and all the males, like all the daughters and all the sons. So this stands for daughters 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. So three daughters, three daughters. Then 1, 2 sons. 1, 2, 2 sons. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So write it down. Three daughters and 2 sons. Next question, what does the child 1 indicate about this trait? Now the child 1, which is a daughter, okay, she is, daughter and she is occupied with this trait. Now what is the trait? You know which trait is we are talking about here? Color blindness. So she is indicating color blindness. Write it. You have to only write color blindness. What does the child 1 indicate about this trait? Color blindness. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Then D. On which chromosome is the gene of this trait located? Now, on which chromosome is the gene of this trait located? Here, you saw father was colorblind, right? Father was colorblind. So, in which chromosome will be it will be located? Father is, when we talk about father's chromosome, it is XY, and mother's chromosome XX. Just a minute, give me a minute. Yes. So father was XY. So here, which chromosome will carry this particular trait or particular gene of this trait is located on the father's chromosome because father was colorblind. So daughter got it from the father. So on which chromosome is the gene of this trait located? On the XY chromosome, the father's chromosome. That means here basically on the Y chromosome because X also consists in females also 2X are there. So basically Y chromosome is carrying this particular gene of color blindness. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the last question, E. Name one other trait in humans which follows a similar pattern of inheritance. Now you can see this page number 28. You can see one more pattern of this type of inheritance. What is that? Attached or pre-earlobes. Also, you can see below that polydactyly, normal pentadactyly. So you can write any one of them. Okay. You have to write
Yes,
one
ma'am.
other trait in humans. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you can write any one of them on either attached and free earlobes, or you can write polydactyly. Yes, so this chapter is over. Now the next page, this is not much important. On page number 36, some rebirth as claimed by the parents. These are some facts which has been happened from in the past, but we just we just study it in our books so that we may have some knowledge about them, nothing else. This is not going to come in your exam. So this is about a rebirth. Parents claimed it as rebirth. As reported in newspapers, can we call it a case of rebirth of their son who had died exactly 11 months before, or it is simply an excellent example of hereditary similarity? Now, rebirth, we science people will not believe in rebirth. So we will obviously say that this is an example of hereditary similarity. Okay, their one son, he died on May 3, 2015, and another one was born on April 12, 2016, exactly after 11 months. And he was similar to the first one. So the people thought that he was the rebirth of that particular child who was dead. But when we consider science, it is not about any rebirth. It is exact example of hereditary similarity. And also you can see Hebra, like a cross between.
मतलब ईश जगत मतलब संसार और ईश मतलब ईश्वर इसको मिलाकर मिलता है जगत.
Yes. So you can see Hebra, it is a cross between horse and zebra. So is it possible? Yes, it is, because in Germany it has happened. A horse and zebra were crossed. Eccles was a horse from Italy and the mother was zebra from the safari park. Okay. So a horse and the mother was the zebra. So this horse was a male and mother was zebra. They were crossed and this Hebra was formed. Also, the next case is of a twins, in which one is black and one is white. Now you may wonder how this is possible. Twins are either one color, or either it will be dark or either it will be white. But here one twin is one is dark in color, one is white in color. All this is because of the chromosome locations. Okay, so that's why we say chromosome play a very important role. The location of the chromosome, the occurrence of the chromosome, like it is similar or dissimilar. Like we have told homozygous and heterozygous. Homozygous means similar pairs. Heterozygous means dissimilar pairs. So all these, this game is related to the chromosomes on which locus they are present. They are dissimilar or similar. In that case is applied here. Now, is this chapter clear to you all? Shall I repeat any topic?
No, ma'am. No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, no doubt. Then, okay, I hope everyone has understood. If not, you can ask me anytime. I'll help you out. Now we will, okay, how much time is left? 10 minutes are there. We will just start this next chapter, Absorption by Roots. Unit 2, Plant Physiology, Chapter 4, Absorption by Roots. Page number 37. So, now you all know plants absorb water by roots. This is very easy. You must have studied in your 6th standard, 7th standard, 8th standard. I don't know. In every standard, absorption chapter is there, I guess. Okay, some of the other portion is there. So you all know that plants absorb water by the roots. Okay, soil, in moist soil, lots of water molecules are present. Roots absorb those water and transfer those water molecules to different parts of the plants, like stem, leaf, and etc. So on. So absorption is mainly occurring by the roots. Now you also know in roots who is absorbing, like what portion is absorbing the water. The whole root is not absorbing the water. You know, a root consists of thin root fibers, right? This is a main root. You can see some thin fibers along with that, small fibers. You can see these are the root fibers. These are the root fibers. So these root fibers, small thread-like structures, fine thread-like structures, they basically absorb the water because of their small surface, because of their large surface area, because these root fibers are present in large amount. So their surface area is more. So they are responsible for absorbing water. Then let us read this box here given on your left hand side. Plant physiology is the branch of biology which deals with the life functions of metabolism of the plant. It includes the functioning of cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and the organism. This chapter deals with some of the most fundamental processes like osmosis, which have tremendous significance in the life of all organisms. Now, you all know an organism's life starts with a single cell. Okay. Then cells form mass of cells known as tissues. Then tissues will form organs. Organs will collectively form organ systems. And this after this organ system and whole organism is formed. So plant physiology is here we talk about plant. Plant physiology means we are talking about plant. We are not taking every organism in consideration, only about plants. So the cells of the plant, the tissues of the plant, the organs, organ system, and the organism, which is the plant. We are talking about the functions and metabolism of the plant here in plant physiology. Plant physiology is the study of functions and metabolism of the plant parts like the cell, tissue, organs, organ system, and organism. Right? Now, 4.1, we will just read this paragraph. Absorption by the roots. The roots not only fix the plant in the soil, giving it support, but the most important and life supporting function of the root is to absorb water and mineral nutrients from the soil and conduct them into the stem for supply to the leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. Now you must have also studied that root keeps the plant fixed in a position, like it keeps the plant fixed in the soil. If there is no root, the stem cannot stand in the soil alone. If you put a stem, it will just bend or it will just bend itself. It will not be able to stand erectly in the soil. So because of the presence of these root, the stem is able to stand erectly. Clear? So along with this function, that means along with supporting the stem or fixing the stem into the soil, along with this function, root also has one more function of absorbing water and minerals from the soil and supply it or conduct the water and minerals to other parts. Which are the other parts? The leaves, flowers, root, stem, etc. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now this chapter is very easy for you. It will be very easy for you because you have already studied this chapter in 6th standard, I guess, 6 and 8 maybe. So this will be easy for you to understand. Still, we will discuss some topics so that it will be a revision for you, right? It will be a revision for you. There are some new topics also like imbibition. You can see on page number 39, imbibition, new topics are also there. Diffusion, osmosis, you all know very clearly, you know what is diffusion, what is osmosis. We will discuss all this. So absorption by root, we have discussed the first paragraph. Now 4.2, need of water and minerals for plants. Now what is the need? You all know. For the growth of plant, water and minerals is needed the most, right? Like for suppose plants make food on their own. Who makes the food in plants? The leaves. Leaves is the storage center for food. Okay. So this food is made by what? You know, by the process of photosynthesis. So you know the equation for the photosynthesis. What is the equation? Carbon dioxide plus water. Just a minute. Yes, what is the equation for photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide plus water. Can anyone complete the equation? You have studied it so many times. Photosynthesis, you can find in every class. Every class has one chapter of photosynthesis or one topic of photosynthesis is there in every standard from 6th to 10th. Even after 10th also it's there. So what is the equation? CO2, carbon dioxide plus water, H2O, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Sunlight हम ऊपर लिखते हैं और chlorophyll नीचे लिखते हैं. Sunlight and chlorophyll gives what? Gives out glucose. C6H12O6 plus what is released out? Can anyone tell me why are you so dumbstruck? Nobody is answering.
Oxygen.
Yes, very good, Mayank. Oxygen is released out. You know everything, but you're not answering. Why? Don't feel shy. Just answer it. Even if it is wrong, I will not scold you for wrong answer. I will just correct you. Just try to answer. Oxygen is the correct answer. So, oxygen is released out. Carbon dioxide is intaked in from the atmosphere. Oxygen is released out. So, here water is the constituent which is used, right? Photosynthesis requires water for certain amount of water is required. So that's why first need is very clear. Need for water and minerals for plants. First is written here. It's photosynthesis. I have told you. This is the equation. You can see water is the main constituent here. Okay. So water is required in a very certain amount to form glucose and oxygen. Glucose, here 6 carbon, 12 hydrogen and 6 oxygen. This is glucose. Then, so let us read this. Need for water and minerals for plants. Besides being a constituent of protoplasm, water is needed inside the plant body for 4 purposes: photosynthesis, transpiration, transportation, and mechanical stiffness. So these 4 purposes, water is required in a certain amount. Photosynthesis we have discussed. Second one is transpiration. You all know what is transpiration. This was also in your 6th standard. Very easy definition is there in your book in 6th standard. It was very easy definition. What is that? The removal of extra amount of water from the leaves in the form of water vapor. You all know root absorb water. It is stored in the stem and leaves and everywhere it goes. And then when the water is in extra amount, like sometimes the plant absorbs more water and the water inside gets extra. So what happens when the water is more than the required quantity? What happens? The plant eventually starts decaying. So the plant needs to throw out that excess water, release that excess water. So from where does the water is released? Through the leaves. Leaves have small pores in it. Do you remember these things? It was in your 6th standard and I don't know in 8 also it was there or not. So leaves have small pores in it. With what we call these pores? Stomata. These pores are known as stomata. So through stomata, water is released out. Water molecules, okay, you can see this leaf, this is the stem. So this water molecule is released out from the leaves through the stomatas, through these small pores known as stomatas. So this is transpiration. I'm just recalling what is photosynthesis, what is transpiration. I know you know this, but some students, they must have forgotten what is the definition of transpiration. So that's why I told you what is transpiration. It is the process of removal of extra amount of water or excess of water from the leaves of the plant in the form of water vapor. Now you remember the definition properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, so transpiration is over. Now then, okay, time is over. So yes, we will discuss transportation mechanical stiffness. In the next class, we will discuss all the remaining topics. We will stop here. If anyone has any doubt, please ask me right now, or you may leave if you don't have any doubt.
No doubt, ma'am.
Okay, no doubt. Then you may leave. We are stopping here. Okay, thank you, everyone.